been over to the Animal Kingdom Lodge a couple times. I'm actually on the reservation with my mom and everything, so it's easier for me to get in and out of the resort. But I will tell you, it is very weird because you walk into the lobby area and it is very empty. But this is usually one of the busiest lobbies, but there is no one here right now. They only have like 3 or 4 people at the front desk. Yeah, so it is very strange. So we're up on the 5th level. So the way that Animal Kingdom Lodge is actually designed is that the lobby is on the 3rd level, and then you go down to the 1st or 2nd level. 1st level has like the pool and stuff. 2nd level is just a bunch of rooms. 3rd level is the lobby and everything. Then 4th and 5th is rooms, and then the 6th level is the Kilimanjaro Club Suite. So it's a club level. So they get other things with it. But my parents and Kendall actually have a really good room because they actually have a Savannah view, and they're actually doing the Vacation Club room because they are part of the Disney Vacation Club. So they have a Vacation Club suite, and they have a really good view. So probably when we go in there, we'll get to see their view of the Savannah. And you see some animals. So this is the view that they have. So this is like the middle section. You can actually walk down this area, but you can look over this way. And some giraffe, some burros, and then some wildebeest over there. Very active. Oh, there's a giraffe there, and there's one in the distance. You can see all the way down there. Oh, next to the zebra. It's really cool.
He's like, get out of here.
So this is the view that they have. So this is like the middle section. You can actually walk down this area, but you can look over this way. And some giraffe, some burros, and then some wildebeest over there. Very active. Oh, there's a giraffe there, and there's one in the distance. You can see all the way down there. Oh, next to the zebra. It's really cool.
He's like, get out of here.
This is really cool. This like bridge. It's kind of a little eerie, but you can walk right over the lobby. Like I said, it doesn't feel like the lobby's open. It does not feel like that the resort is actually open, but it is. But only for the 5th floor, like I said. But it's very interesting seeing how empty it is, because it's usually come a couple times, and this is usually one of the most busier ones too. Like I said, you can still walk out there, and you actually can go out there and look at all the animals. And they usually still have guides somewhere, I think. But yeah, it's a very pretty resort though. So I'm just gotta catch up with everyone else, because we're gonna go to the buses and try to take a bus to Hollywood Studios, and then take the Skyliner, which I haven't done in a while. So I'm really excited about taking the Skyliner. So the Zawadi Marketplace, so the gift shop here at the Animal Kingdom Lodge actually is currently not open right now, and actually a lot of stuff is actually not in there. So they still have some stuff, but it's very empty, so that's kind of weird. So some of the shops are not open. They do have some other shops open right now, but that one is not open. And like Boma still isn't doing food stuff, and a couple of the other places aren't doing food stuff either. I like the fact that Disney has installed all these things, and right now they do not actually tell you the estimated time, because it takes longer with the buses due to the fact that the buses can only load so many people. So right now it just says there's buses, but it doesn't tell you the time. The app also used to tell you all the time when the bus would show up if you're staying on one of the Disney resorts. So it doesn't do that anymore, unfortunately, but it kind of is with everything going on right now. That's just how life is. I mean, like wearing a mask everywhere we go is something unique. But I will say about the Animal Kingdom Lodge is that there is 2 places you can go to. So there's the Jumbo House and the Kidani Village. Now, Kidani Village is considered the like Disney Vacation Club area, and the Jumbo House is like for normal non-Disney Vacation Club areas. So that's just kind of weird. So if you are at Kidani right now, Kidani has really nothing open, so you have to come back over to the Jumbo House for any sort of food stuff or anything. But they do offer a lot of internal buses, and you can actually take transportation from the Disney Springs bus to Kidani. So it's a little bit interesting how it all works right now, but right now we're just waiting on the Hollywood Studios bus. And so our plan is to go to Hollywood Studios, immediately jump on the Skyliner, which I haven't done in a while, ride all the way to Epcot and order pizza from the Boardwalk, and then we're gonna eat that, hopefully be done by 8:30, because 8:30 I think is when the buses leave from Hollywood Studios. The way it works on the buses right now is that they only have designated seats. They actually, a lot of the seats that you can't sit in, they actually have a sticker that says you're not sitting in. And normally when it's busy, they will group you. But since there's only us getting on this bus to go to Hollywood Studios, we can sit where we want. We see they have these panels right here to separate me from someone that's on the other side, so they can load more people onto the bus. So it's an interesting concept, but it's how the best way they can get around working on it. It's kind of funny because we're going to be going into Hollywood Studios right now, but we're going to the parking lot. We're actually not going into Hollywood Studios because we are going to ride the Skyliner, and this is the best way of doing it. So, but man, can't wait to go back to Hollywood Studios. Try to do Rise of Resistance again. Only done it once, but it's still such a good ride. So, almost to the bus stop. I do love the fact you can't see Tower of Terror after you get off the buses here. Very picturesque looking from this way, because it looks very ominous. But yeah, I still love this whole new entrance area they did with Hollywood Studios. Now you've incorporated Skyliner. The bus loop is a lot bigger. It's a lot more open. It feels like it was ready for busy crowds, which happened, but now with everything going on, it doesn't as busy as it has been. But they're ready for it when it does get back to that way. I love just watching them leave the station. So smooth. This is one of my new favorite things that has come to the resort is the Skyliner. It's super efficient, it's super fast. It gives you such a unique perspective coming into everything. This is so, and I love the Disney Skyliner sign that they have up there, and I really wish I can get one of those. Doesn't look super busy, so it'd be good. We don't have to wait in a super long line to get on the Skyliner. Oh. I do like the fact they kind of done a comic version of Guardians of the Galaxy on that one. So they are only loading one party in every gondola right now, so it makes it a little bit easier. On most days, the gondolas will run at full capacity. That means that sometimes, especially if you're coming from studios and leaving, they may put all 10 seats filled.
That's what that means.
That's according to Kendall.
Oh. How empty the parking lot is.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard the Disney Skyliner at Disney's Hollywood Studios. We are on our way to Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort with connecting flights to Epcot International Gateway, Disney's Pop Century Resort, and Disney's Art and Animation Resort.
It wiggles and...
We hope you enjoyed your visit to Hollywood today. Now wave goodbye to your adoring fans below. Bye!
What?
Well, I don't like that voice. Bye! Bye!
Gracias y observe sus pasos. Gracias por volar con nosotros.
Do they leave the cars
Yes.
on
Yes.
overnight, right?
Yeah.
Yes. I checked that out.
Huh?
Like, no. Oh.
No.
I checked that out when I was staying at Boardwalk because I could see the gondolas.
That's a problem. That's coming in hot.
Oh.
I am Groot.
I really like the little like the posters they have. I've never seen these before. I like the Riviera one. Ooh. It's really interesting. They do all the adventures by Disney, which is like the part of the Vacation Club stuff. So, but now we got to head over to the Epcot line. But if you're heading to Pop Century Art and Animation, you can go to that one. But we're actually gonna go over to this one to get onto the Epcot line, so we can then walk over to the Boardwalk from there. Oh, oh.
What? No singing, no dancing.
Welcome aboard, Islanders. You are on the Disney Skyliner at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort.
Oh, they did?
We're flying to
The walls
Disney's
apparently came
Riviera
down
Resort with continuing
between
flights to
Sunday
Epcot.
and...
Well, look at Riviera. All the lights aren't turned on.
Oh, the balloons up.
Balloons up.
Oh yeah, balloon from the Springs right there.
Mitchell and I did that.
Yeah, we have. It's it's cool actually.
Now sailing
Literally
over
cool.
Disney's
No.
Caribbean
Yeah, the
Beach
Murphy
Resort.
Man.
Really?
So actually, it's more like a studio. There's
Please remain seated
permanent
until the doors
bed.
Oh, God, this is-
automatically open. When exiting
I like the station a lot. It's really well
They're not
designed.
too bad that
Collect your
belongings and pop
and
now.
watch your
Wow.
Welcome aboard the Disney Skyliner at Disney's Riviera Resort. If you're just joining us, we are on our way to Epcot.
To Epcot.
Hey, there's this cute.
I do like
Ladies
going
and
over
gentlemen,
the
we invite you
over
to
the
sit back,
roadway right here for some
relax,
reason.
and
feel
enjoy
like we're a lot lower.
the most magical flight on Earth.
Bar station.
Most magical flight.
Reedy Creek Bar.
Oh jeez.
Right? Oh, it's over there.
No, it's not. It's
The Eiffel Tower right there.
yeah. So it's gonna be over that way because right there, that's the American Adventure right there,
Okay, what do we want?
and then that's the Guardians of the Galaxy, the giant building for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Turn of the
We'll actually get a really good view of Remy's Ratatouille adventure because they took down all the walls around near the entrance like we were talking about in the Epcot video.
Yeah, take this.
And so we'll be able to see all the work been done because I think all the lights are on as well for it, so be a good view of it coming in.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now arriving at Epcot. This concludes
Oh,
your
the sign
journey
is lit
aboard
up.
the
Wow.
Disney Skyliner. All passengers
Wow,
must
look at
disembark
look at
at
this.
the station.
Oh my
Return
gosh.
service
Good
is
stuff.
available. Thank you. We hope you
Wow.
enjoyed the most
Good stuff.
magical flight
Oh, look
on
at the
Earth.
look at that! Look at that! That is so cool.
That is amazing.
Oh, it's pretty much done. They got little stuff there and there, but it looks like just painting. Ooh, that's gonna be
Please
cool.
remain seated.
I still really like the Skyliner. It's probably my favorite thing that, like, I honestly enjoyed this more than like a monorail ride or the buses or anything else. Like, I wish they had these all over property because one, they're really efficient, but they also give you such a cool view. Because like when we were coming in, we saw all the work being done on Remy's Ratatouille adventure in that little area. So it's definitely coming along. I honestly think it could be open in the next couple of weeks, in my opinion. But I feel like Disney's gonna just not really say anything. They're just gonna be like, and it's open. That's all it's gonna be. So instead of going to the left to Epcot like we normally would, we actually went to the right because this actually takes a walkway. Because Epcot and Studios are close enough that you can actually walk the pathway from Epcot to Hollywood Studios. Now the Epcot one takes you to the backside to the International Gateway entrance, but this will take you to the main entrance of Hollywood Studios if you continue this pathway. That's like a good 1.5 mile walk though, so it's quite a ways. But on your way there, you actually come up on 2 of the resorts. You come up on to the, actually 3. You come up to the Boardwalk, which is an amazing resort because the theming and everything is really cool. And then you get the Yacht and Beach Club over to the right, and then you get Swan and Dolphin ahead of us. So it really kind of makes it kind of unique to walk from those 2 parks. Now, before park hopping was available, it was kind of not really worth it, but now with park hopping available, it's actually kind of worth it. It was also one of those things, if you were ever doing the 4-park challenge, you go from Hollywood Studios to Epcot because you need to take a boat or walk, or now the Skyliner. I do like walking over. It's like the Yacht and Beach Club. I love the little lighthouse. I love the little lighting. But it's also right there. That's one of the most exclusive pools to try to get into. It's a saltwater pool. But what's pretty cool is, so this ship right here in front of us, there's actually a slide that goes across the walkway into the pool. So to get to the slide, you have to go back across the walkway to get up to it. So kind of unique thing. Plus just the fact that they still have beaches and they have chairs you can sit on the beach and stuff. I was keep finding myself that I need to stop this. I say cool a lot to everything, even though that's kind of like how to describe it. So I tend to do that way too much. But I will say that this is one of my favorite things to do, is to ride the Skyliner. And then if you're looking for something kind of fun to do, the Skyliner is cool. Because the Skyliner, you can start over at Hollywood Studios, ride it over to to Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort. And then you can ride it over to Pop Century or Art Animation, walk around there, check out the resort over there. Then you can take it back over to Caribbean Beach, check out Caribbean Beach Resort, take it over to Riviera, check out Riviera, which is a really cool resort. It's the newest, most expensive, but a very, very cool resort. And then you can take all the way back over to Epcot, walk through here, and check out Boardwalk, Yacht and Beach, Swan and Dolphin. So in just the Skyliner alone, you can check out, I think was it Pop, Art of Animation, Caribbean Beach, Riviera, Boardwalk, Yacht and Beach, and Swan Dolphin, 6 to 7 resorts in one night. So you don't even need to go into one of the parks to do that, especially nowadays with having these reservations that you have to do. Makes it have something fun to something different to do. Coming onto the boardwalk, the one sad thing is that no longer here is the Ample Hills Creamery, the ice cream shop that used to be down here. The ice cream shop was one of the most popular things down here. They were actually expanding a second location out into Disney Springs, but due to the pandemic, they unfortunately went out of business, and so, well, the ice cream shop's no longer here, but the Boardwalk Bakery is, and then the pizza place we're going to, so we got pizza, is right over here next to this Italian shop, and there's actually like a pizza window you can go to. And then down at the end, you have Abracadabra Bar, which is one of the cool bars, which has like, it's magic themed and everything. But I mean, it feels very like classic old style. Then you have the Atlantic Dance Hall, you have Jelly Rolls, which still hasn't opened yet. Those are very popular things with like people who work here. So the pizza window is actually tied off to Trattori, the Italian restaurant, and you can actually just order pizza right here. For a while they used to also have like other little sides, but it looks like they just cut it down just to pizza. So, but if you just want a pizza, this is a great place to come and get some. So I ended up not showing the pizza again because I just forgot. We were all very hungry, so ended up eating that. But I think one of the things we're also gonna do while we're over here, one, we're gonna stop into the general store to look at like some of the bakery stuff, but also maybe stop over by where the pool is, maybe see if we can try to get a sneak peek of the new slide they redid, so because they got rid of the clown head in favor of Mickey Mouse. So we ended up getting a bag of some goodies. So we are going to probably go back towards the Skyliner and ride that back over to Hollywood Studios, since it doesn't close for another 2 hours for the station. So the Hollywood Studios station closes, like going to Hollywood closes at 8:30, but the stations going to Epcot, Riviera, Pop, and Art Animation do close at 9:30. So make sure if you are going to ride the Skyliner, especially if you're staying at one of the resorts that's on that line, go to the front of one of the stations and you can check for the posted times for how long they will be running that day. I will say it is a much different view coming out of Boardwalk this late in the day. It's no crowds, which has been kind of the constant thing. Not very many crowds or anything, so especially also right now because people would be heading towards Epcot for dinner and like fireworks, but since there are no fireworks going on, not near as busy. And just because we can, we're going to jump back onto the Skyliner since it was not that far of a walk. Maybe get a good nighttime view of all the Remy's Ride too. You can actually see quite a few stuff from here. You can see Gusteau's restaurant sign. It looks like Gusteau, though himself, is not lit up. But you can see the sign over there is lit up, and you can see all the lights all over there. Because they used to be covered behind walls, but now it's uncovered, and I can't wait. Like, I seriously can't wait. Kayla's actually been to Paris and has ridden Remy's Ratatouille adventure out there, but she said it's really cool, and I'm really excited to see it because I love a good dark ride. And then jump onto the Skyliner line. Now the line's kind of long, but I don't think it'll take more than 10-15 minutes at the most to get through the line because it does constantly move, and it moves a lot of people. Even though they are not loading every gondola like fully, you're still loading a party probably on every maybe 10-15 seconds. Yeah, so really that only took us from that point to near 5 minutes, and that was even with them slowing down a little bit as well. So this is the one thing I like about the Skyliner is they are so efficient. They load so many people, and like they're always loading a person about every 5-10 seconds. I wonder if we'll get a good view. Sometimes it's hard with the Skyliners because it's very, the glass kind of bounces everything back. But like that's the walkway entrance right there.
Skyliner,
coming down the walkway.
International Gateway.
So we should get a good view. Like that's the walkway coming in.
Resort, with a final stop
and then there's the
Caribbean Beach
going
Resort.
up to the attraction itself. And then there's like this little shop right down
We
here.
hope you enjoyed your visit to Epcot and World Showcase.
See, it's
Did
a
you
very
learn how
bright
to say
sign.
hello in a different language today?
I'm really excited for this. I still really like the station. It reminds me of like the subway station at New York. It really reminds me kind of like that almost. We do have to head back over to the Hollywood Studios gondola because we have to get back onto this one to get a bus back to Animal Kingdom Lodge. Of course, this might be the one time you actually have a very one time you'll actually see a very empty line for Hollywood Studios. We can attest to the one morning we came. It was very long. Look at the posters. I want that poster. So it kind of gives you an idea of the line at the end of the night for Hollywood Studios. So the park closed at 7 and these run until about 8:30. The line is all the way down and around Kind of interested to see what the end of the line actually is, because we just got off of it and there was no line coming from here. But again, going back over to Pop Century, Art of Animation, Caribbean Beach Resort, or even Riviera, you have to take the gondola back over. So we got to get to Gate 8 for Jumbo House, because we had to get back over to Animal Kingdom Lodge. Oh, I think it's actually this first one right over here. Yep, it's this first one right here. That's where we need to go. It's actually weird, because usually whenever I ride the bus over, I usually like Pop Century or Art Animation or something, and that one's all the way on the very end because it gives it more space for people to wait in line for. So we got to come over here, and if you're curious, the end of the line for the Skyliner is in front of the restrooms right here. So that ended up not taking too long. So it's about 7:40 right now. We ended up starting around 5:15. 5:20 is about when the first bus that we got on actually jumped on, like got over here. So we got over to Hollywood Studios. Took only 20 minutes to get from Studios to Epcot on the Skyliner. Spent about 30 to 45 minutes eating pizza, getting some sweet stuff from the gift shop, and then another 20 minutes to ride the monorail, to ride the Skyliner back. I almost said monorail, I don't know why, but that was not too bad actually. That was a good couple hours from killing it. I mean, like I said, if you stopped at every resort, that's another like 20 to 30 minutes you could stop, look around, walk around, stuff like that. So it's definitely if you're looking to do something that's not the theme parks but staying on property, it's a really good thing to do. I've done that quite a few times, and it's really fun. It's really interesting walking into the resort, and like, I mean, most of the parks are closed now. There's still no one in here, so it's very interesting coming to a Disney resort during the middle of the pandemic, because it is empty. So we are going to go ahead and call it an evening out from just kind of a little bit of an evening adventures. I mean, originally I thought it was going to be kind of about like Disney transportation, but overall just kind of like a fun just evening out. Rode the bus over, so I checked out Animal Kingdom Lodge a little bit, saw how empty it is. Got to see a view from one of the rooms that my family is staying in. Then got to ride the bus over to Hollywood Studios to ride the gondolas for the Skyliner. Haven't done that in a while, so I was really happy to do that. Rode it all the way over to Epcot. Walked to Boardwalk, had some really good pizza, and then got some sweets before riding the gondolas back. We're finishing out over here at Animal Kingdom Lodge. So overall, just a really fun evening out. We didn't even have to go into a theme park. So with all that being said, as we do head out from a very fun evening out, just hanging out, we'll see y'all next time.